Never cough when you're peeing. You can terribly tear your urethra and have surgery. Sounds like fun, right?
Fuck no.
Welcome to Ramble On, the show where we talk about anything and everything as long as it doesn't involve anything hard, because that just gets me hard. It's like, oh, Chinese algebra. And now I need no underwear. So, George, it's good to have you back again. He is my co-host of this wonderful show. I am Brandon Meese.
And I am George Steersman.
Yep, Monday through Wednesday.
You don't want to know who I am the rest of the time.
Yeah, some of us call him Big Papa.
I love it when you call me Big Papa.
That's right. So Ramble On, that's what we do. We have fun doing it. If we have a structure to the show, I don't know what it is, but
what the fuck's structure?
I don't know. I think that's the one thing that's holding up this house.
You.
It's barely, yeah.
It's fucking chewing gum and duct tape.
Yeah. It's funny, in the state of California, if you're renting out someone else's house, you know, like a landlord and you're the tenant, the landlord does not have to supply any form of air conditioning, just heating. You think it'd be the exact opposite being California?
Yeah, I would think that.
But no, we're not so lucky. So, George was helping me today alter a windowsill so I can attach a swamp cooler, a slimline swamp cooler.
I used to be a carpenter in a former life.
Yeah.
Carpenter-ish.
Yeah.
Let's just go with that.
And speaking of carpenters, I was listening to a show on YouTube yesterday talking about the real history and reason why the Bible is so small compared to all the originals that came from it. Back in the 300 AD or 30 AD, one of the two, Emperor Constantine of the Roman Empire was trying to consolidate power and make a universal religion for his country, so everyone will do exactly the way he wants it to, and he can alter it and change it however he wants to fit his needs. So he had a giant group of priests and rabbis and everyone else in that.
A priest, a rabbi, and a minister all walk into a bar.
And they all order holy water.
I don't fucking know.
Water with a hole in the glass. Anyways, since I'm modified Christian, or some people call me a goddess, a godist, or a deityist.
You don't look like a goddess to me.
I'm not a goddess.
Your tits aren't big enough.
Shh, these are B cup. You shut your mouth.
You shut your whole mouth.
I mean, I get all kinds of dudes turned on with these nips here. You have no idea. Mm-hmm. Hey, none of that. Sorry, listeners, if you had eardrums. So, anyways,
that wasn't fucking loud enough.
He took out a bunch of stuff. Him in this giant meeting that took like a few days, took out over like 40 books out of the original texts to make his version of the Bible. So there's like whole books missing, like the Apostle according to Judas, the Apostle according to Mary Magdalene, of Paul, of all these other things that were left up because it didn't match what he wanted it to be. Originally, the original text even talked about how the fallen angels fell because they wanted to get down with the human women, in which created Nephilim giants.
Nephilim, something like that.
Nephilim, and these giants, which were the sons, of
the offspring
yes.
of the fallen angels and humans.
Yeah. Were literal giants, and they eventually turned on the humans when they couldn't feed them enough, and they became more like pillagers. So they had to get off, and the main angel who started the fall, he was like, "Hey, let's go fuck some bitches," was cast into the center of the earth, and it's a very interesting story. I'm not going to go into it, but it's really interesting. Watch YouTube videos of like the missing chapters or books of the Bible, whatever.
Kings, emperors, rulers, so on and so forth, alter the Bible to what they fucking want.
Exactly. It even says in the text.
Who knows what the original fucking Bible even said?
It wasn't even labeled Bible. Bible is just
what we've called it the last couple of centuries. Few centuries.
the Bible is a word that was broken off from the Latin biblio, which means book.
Anywho.
And Catholic or
Catholicism
means universal. So it's
bullshit.
Universal book.
I don't think so.
Okay, you can think that.
No, I'm just saying it's not truly a universal book because otherwise
right.
we'd all fucking think the same and there wouldn't be the warring religions, the infidels, and so on and so forth. Like, what? Judaism, Christianity, and Muslim
There's a lot.
are all stem off from Abrahamic, or God, I used to know this. From like one main religion. You know, fuck this. I'm not getting into this shit. That's what changes friendships and whatnot. So does, Tim Burton for that matter, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, so I was just making the point of that is a lot of this original text was there, it was taken out. That's why it always bugged me. I wanted the whole truth. Because there's giant chunks out of the Bible like 15 years are missing. Or like they have like extreme hardcore details with the little thing about how to make the tabernacle or an altar or all this, but like giant thing happened like, what happened to Jesus' parents after he left? Were they still stuck in poverty? What happened to his dad after he was crucified? Was he dead? He goes, hey Peter, take care of my mom later. A lot of missed stuff, but supposedly all these other books explain all that and his childhood, which was interesting. So that was the one thing that I looked at on YouTube. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And it's like, do you ever want to be like the dad to Jesus? You're the stepdad, like, go to your room, Jesus. You're not my real dad. Come on, George. You know how it goes from Robin Williams' Life on Broadway?
Yes, I do.
Come on. Do it right, because I know I destroyed it.
No, he was about that.
And Jesus goes, one of you will betray me. And Peter goes, is it me, Jesus?
No, it is not you, Peter. And John goes, is it me, Jesus? No, it is not you, John. And Judas goes, is it me, Jesus? Is it me, Jesus? Is it me, Jesus?
Yeah. Thank you, Robin Williams. Rest in peace. So, good times. So, I've been spending most of my week trying to fix and clean out that slimline swamp cooler that I'd gotten secondhand from my father-in-law when he moved. But it was just so caked full of dirt and mud. It was ridiculous. He lived in a dirt field, but he never cleaned the filter or anything for like 5-6 years. And just gave it to me. Never changed the filter.
And I gotta say, you and the wife did manage to clean it up pretty well.
We did a good job. I agree.
Yes.
Oh man, because it's getting hot. It was 90 yesterday. It was 88 today. It's supposed to be 95 tomorrow. I was like, well, I better get this thing up soon.
Yeah.
We made some of the modifications, but I'll probably finish it either Friday, Saturday, Sunday, next 3 days.
I'll try to come out and help you.
Yeah.
Not picking up the kids, so.
Yeah, maybe I was thinking about doing it tomorrow.
She ditched me for the EA convention.
EA Sports.
EA Games, whatever the fuck ever.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Borderlands 3 to come out.
Yeah, neither can I. That'll be nice. I just need to get a console that will support it.
What, PlayStation 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very easy.
I know.
I can't wait for it though, because I want to see Tiny Tina be like a playable character.
Might be a female Vladov character, like Vladov Corporation mercenary, something like that, who has a jetpack, maybe.
Yeah. The only thing I know so far about the game was through Easter eggs from Battleborn. You know, the game that didn't do so well for Gearbox was like their massive.
Yeah, I think I heard of that.
16-player thing. Well, there was these random audio logs that you could find that were like all garbled up in like Morse code or something.
Oh, yeah.
And it spelled out, we are leaving from Pandora. Tannis is not what she seems. So apparently Tannis is the bad guy now.
I wonder who she's going to be in league with, because Tannis is fucking psycho genius, but unless she comes up with a form of mind control or is backed by a major corporation, Atlas being the first bad guy, then Hyperion.
Yeah.
I can't see Jacobs doing that. Doll could be a bad corp. I mean, they got some fucked up people, like the sanctuary mining camp,
Yeah. But I was thinking of just, Tannis is just so batshit crazy that she found out that there's other vaults and will do anything to get to the other vaults.
Yeah.
That's really about it.
I think she just wants the vast knowledge, doesn't she? And chairs.
Yeah, possibly. Who knows? So basically, that's going to be hoping that the premise for number 3 is that she's just going to go all over, do whatever she can to unlock all the
vaults.
Yeah, all over the universe.
Well, we'll find out. I would, you know what I want to see? I would like to see like a Beastmaster type character who can control like either animals in the area or like how Mordecai was in the first Borderlands with Bloodwing, yeah. Maybe you set the skill tree to have like packs of like Skags or Racks or something along. Probably Skags. I think Skags would be cool.
Yeah. Because they're everywhere. They're prevalent everywhere.
Yeah, and if your Skags are more powerful, then they're the alpha, and the other Skags join in to kill the bad guys.
So can you imagine? You've got your usual 3 tiers, your 3 ways of upgrading your skills, right?
Yeah.
So it goes from Skag Pup to Skag to Badass Skag, and you choose either Lightning, Fire, or
Caustic.
Caustic. Thank you. To me, that'd be cool. You have Elemental Skag that kills people.
That would be cool. Like how you could choose like whatever element you wanted for your skill, your action skill.
Yeah, and also kind of like how Bloodwing was.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, but I mean, you could choose from Rax, Skag, a weird boulder dudes, anything.
God.
Bullymong.
Yeah, Bullymong. I don't know. Skag is more synonymous with Borderlands to me.
Yeah, I agree completely.
Or, you know what else I would like to see? A sentient Hyperion loader.
Oh, they actually had one.
In the Tales of the Borderlands. No, but I'm saying as a playable character in Borderlands 3.
Oh, I completely
agree. Because if you had... fuck it. They had Claptrap.
As a playable character. He was a playable character.
Yeah, that's why I sighed.
As a DLC. I never got to try him, though, because I didn't get the Game of the Year edition. I don't think...
Wait, so what, you could play as Handsome Jack,
that was
Athena...
Fun. I like playing as Handsome Jack. That was a lot
Wilhelm
of fun.
and...
Because you weren't actually Handsome Jack. You were a body double.
Of course.
Yep. It was great. With a little arm blaster. It was so much fun.
Oh, you didn't use weapons, just used arm blasters?
You used weapons.
Oh, that was his action skill?
Was one of them, yeah.
Oh, he had multiple action skills?
Yeah. The other one was where you could make a bunch of hologram jacks.
Sounds horrible.
Yeah. But can't wait for that to show. It'll probably be either this year or next year, I'm guessing, because...
I'm still waiting for a trailer.
Yeah. Speaking of trailers, I really want to see it. Wreck-It Ralph 2 breaks the internet.
I've seen the trailer for that. It looks cute and funny.
I love that part where she meets all the Disney princesses and she's like, "You're all princesses?" And they're like, "Yeah." She's like, "I'm a princess too." Like, "Did you get kidnapped? Did you get held against your will? Were you forced to do this? Were you poisoned?" She's like, "What? No. Do I need to call the police for you guys?"
Yeah, I saw that one too.
She's like, and they're like, "Oh, I bet you had the same problem. You need a big, strong man to help save the day." She's like, "I know. What's with that, right?" And they're like, "Ah." And I'm like, yeah. But, I mean, they've been fixing that recently. You've got Brave. That was awesome.
Frozen.
The Wreck-It Ralph is being done by the creators of Zootopia and Frozen. I didn't really care for Frozen because it didn't make a lot of sense.
I'm just saying it didn't follow the usual fucking norm for Disney movies, Disney princesses, or what? Maleficent. Thank you. That didn't follow the norm either. The bad guy ended up being the good guy.
Yeah.
And it was like motherly love that broke the spell.
Yeah. Just like in Frozen, sisterly love broke the spell. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah,
and then
but it didn't
Rule
make
34.
Rule 34, yeah. But it didn't make any sense that the parents were like, "Oh gosh, our daughter has powers. Quick, erase her memory and tell the other child to shun her for the rest of her life."
Do you want to build a snowman?
And it's just like, but why? Why did you just tell them the truth, make a cool ice kingdom, send her to Xavier School of Gifted Children?
You read my mind.
That's one of my gifts.
You also saw that same meme, probably.
Meme? No, I didn't actually. But that's cool. And, just would have been so much easier. It would solve all the problems, and she'd be like, look, younger sister, the dude you're trying to get with is just totally using you.
He's a dick.
Yeah. Let me just, freeze him in ice, and you can stare at him all you want. I'll, unfreeze the lower half if you want.
Rigor mortis. Yeah. Of course, then again, it's a Disney movie. If she would have been frozen, we would have been unfrozen permanently and not dead.
And see, that's the hardest part, is when, Elsa had her frozen castle because she's letting it go and stuff.
Yeah.
Let it go, let it go.
She didn't have to worry about hurting anyone, so she
but she also didn't think this through because she had nothing to eat. You can create ice friends like, Olaf and those ice guardians and stuff, but they're not made of food.
Maybe she had snow cones. It's fun, isn't it?
She didn't have any flavoring, though. It was just shaved ice. No meat, no sugars, no protein. It just, yeah. Unless she's like Godzilla, like the Wicked Witch of the West, she just raided villages for shit.
Yeah, maybe.
And you have to steal dudes to get off because you couldn't just make an ice dildo to fuck yourself.
She could have.
I bet it probably ended terribly.
Yeah, because it's warm and wet in there.
Yeah,
it's either gonna melt or it's gonna fucking stick to everything inside.
It's like sticking your tongue to a frozen, flagpole. But on the inside, yeah. She's like, let it go. Oh God, that's cold. I can only imagine. But what have you been up to this week since the last wonderful podcast?
I've just been working. Today, well, what? I am the sometimes delivery driver. Like if things come up why the other delivery driver is out too far away and it needs to be picked up or delivered. You okay?
Yeah, just trying not to sneeze.
Gotcha.
It's one of the hardest things because that would really kill the microphone.
Yeah, that's fine.
Bleeding from the ears here, Pacino. So yeah.
Anywho, I missed a pickup.
Yeah.
Because the lady who I dropped the plans off to was on the phone, so she signed all the work orders I had for her because it was 3 separate jobs, and she forgot to mention it, and I don't think I heard my dispatcher when I left there. And so I had to do that, and then today was the first time that I had to use, because we got bought out by a bigger company, because it was a mom and pop corporation, but now it's mom and pop.
Mom and cop.
Yeah. Mom and pop outfit. Now it's a nice little corporation.
Yep.
And so the gas card situation had to, because the car I use sometimes had gas in it for a couple months because, like I said, I'm the sometimes delivery driver.
Yep.
And just a set of plans I picked up that I was late picking up. They wanted scanned by noon, and I got back to the shop by 11. They wanted them scanned and back by noon. I got back at 11.
It wasn't your fault.
I know. Even if I had picked them up on time, I still would have gotten back around that same time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But even the only way those plans would have been done by noon is if they were the right size.
Yeah.
Because these plans were shit. Falling apart, cut dirt. I managed to get one set done.
Wow.
But then again, there's other duties to do in the shop. Customers to help, rush jobs that are being paid double for.
Ooh, wow.
That have higher priority. So that shit got pushed on the back burner.
Yeah.
That was today. So
cool. I have just the only good news is that I finally got the $800 a month back from SSI. They're like, okay, you're not trying to cheat the system. We'll give you some of the money back. We only got 2 months back out of the 5 that we had to spend. So I took all my tax return, which I was used to fix my vehicles, get tires on my car, and I kind of can't. I'm going to have to somehow save up for that, like $10 a month until I can buy a cheap pair of tires. Because we're already onto the wear bar the tires are. So.
Yeah, I think I need to change my oils soon. Unfortunately, I bought my car from my uncle, and he does not know what goes in it because he just took it someplace.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, I know mine needs to be done too. My maintenance came on 2 days ago.
At least you know, though.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. The only bad thing is my parents were not good on the maintenance on the car that I'm borrowing from them because I got rid of my car. Yeah, that's beside the point. You know what I miss? Is like when
stress-free days without kids, being in your early 20s.
Something like that. I was just gonna say, I miss the days when you didn't have to try and break your I don't know, bank or spirit, whatever you want to call it, just to try and get daily things you need. It's just when did things just become like back to the days of just literally trying to survive and that's it? Because most of Americans are, poverty. They're not, having $60,000 in a savings account and go to the Disneyland every other weekend.
Yeah, that's fucking stupid. Or blow all your money on Disneyland every other weekend or fucking yearly passes.
Yeah, mostly everyone just lives paycheck to paycheck, and even then, it's hard, super hard.
I'm trying not to, but I don't make the money I used to.
Yeah, I know. I don't work for the government anymore because that was where all the good money was. But it's safer. And I was watching another thing about how most of our modern fruits that we have nowadays, all that fruit was hybrid and crossbreeded to be what it is today. Like bananas were just 90% seeds. Avocados were the size of plums, if smaller. Half the size of a plum.
Jeez. And
90% of it was the seed, just a little bit of flesh.
But of course.
Yep. And lemons were a crossbreed of mandarin oranges and something else, and then something else. It was 4 different fruits just to make the one. Watermelons were nearly all white on the inside. All kinds of crazy stuff. I'm wow. Everything would have sucked back then. No wonder it was hard. We have all these, new stuff, we have grapples, which are grape apples.
That's weird.
Yeah, grapple, real thing. Grape flavored apples.
Grape flavored apples.
Yeah, and they're even near black. It's weird. It's weird. And then you have the orange apples and the apple plums.
This feels like the Rand from Forrest Gump.
And then the blood orange.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the blood orange.
Yeah. I am surprised they have not tried to remake that movie.
Forrest Gump?
Yeah. Because they tried to remake... they were going to remake The Crow with Jason Momoa as the main character.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. It was going to go through until Jason Momoa quit. He's like, this movie needs to be set free. I'm open to doing it some other time, but... right now,
he's Aquaman right now.
It should not see the light of day right now because they've already gone through a few directors, gone through a few actors. No one can agree on this movie because it's so bad, I guess. So they're just shelving it.
That's surprising.
Yeah, but they're still going through with Bill and Ted 3 Face the Music.
Do we really have to face the music?
I know, or the reboot of the Charmed series. Yes, it's getting rebooted from the 90s to now.
Is that even necessary?
Well, speaking of necessary, remember the Roseanne show? Had one season that Roseanne went nuts and started talking shit because oh, I'm on Ambien. You're all stupid retards. No. But basically she said,
you can't do that, Roseanne.
This one lady was a cross between Planet of the Apes and Muslim something and just angered everybody because it was stupid. So now they were bring it back, bring the show back. No. ABC is no, we're done with the show. We canceled it. We're not going to have some racist fuck run the show.
Yeah, but even Netflix wouldn't touch that shit.
And if they were smart, nope. So they're thinking of instead doing a spin-off with Roseanne's best friend, that one skinny lady. I don't remember her name.
That was actually her sister.
Her sister? Okay, yeah.
Jackie.
They want to do a spin-off with Jackie and keep everybody else and say, like, Roseanne died of, like, a stroke or a heart attack or, like, ate a truck. I don't know.
That's doable.
Yeah. So that way all those actors still have a job. They don't want to, fuck over all the other actors who are doing good, and not being a cunt. And that's my personal opinion. Sorry. It's just racism doesn't belong anywhere. It's stupid. I don't care. Just get rid of it.
Ambien, or maybe it got to her fucking head because she hasn't been on, she hasn't been a big thing in years.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a big person, but...
Yeah. And speaking of racist things, there's been a lot of terrible things going on right now with, like, police departments across America. Whether it is beating up...
minorities.
Yeah. There was a story I was reading about how an NBA player for the Bucks, was sitting in a parking lot at Walgreens at like 2 a.m. by himself. The room was closed. And the police get out of the car. What are you doing? He's like, I'm just talking on my phone. They take him, start beating the crap out of him.
That could not have been good.
Nope. And then they're like, lay on the ground. He's like, I'm not resisting. And they're like, you're resisting. He's like, no, I'm really not. Please get off my ankles. No, you're going to kick us. I promise I won't kick you. Can you please get off?
The Bucks, is that a college team or is
it's a semi-famous, just regular team.
Semi-pro?
Yeah, and one of the cops realized, oh, you're an athlete? He goes, yeah, man. And he's like, oh.
Well, that sucks for us.
Yeah, and then they were talking to their dispatcher and laughing about how they're going to get overtime and hazard pay for this. Yeah, so they take the guy to the station, right? They get him fingerprint, they give his information, but they don't charge him with anything, and then they release him the next day and just go, bye. So he took a bunch of pictures of all his injuries, he posted them on websites, and he's like, now I'm going to sue this police department for wrongful everything.
Which he should.
Yeah, and that was back in January, but he's actually starting to sue them this month because it's a long process to sue somebody.
Especially like a state entity.
Yeah, but I believe he should get it because it was completely wrong. The dude wasn't doing anything wrong, and they joked about hazard pay and getting overtime for it. It's messed up. I mean, I know that a lot of the budget was cut for like police department, fire department, postal service, social services, social security.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, but you don't make things up just to get more money. That's messed up. And then 2 days ago, there was one about people called on a guy in an apartment complex because he was in the stairwell just sitting in the corner talking on a phone. So, 4 police officers come up, rush him, and go like, hey, put your hands up. The guy's just on his phone. He's like, what? Why? I don't know what's going on. Oh, and they just start beating the hell out of him.
God, at least they didn't sodomize him or anything.
Yeah.
That fucking beat the shit out of a black guy, then sodomize him with a fucking floor lamp. I think there was some cops in New York.
Yeah, probably. All I know is this shit's getting out of hand. People need to be accountable for their actions. I mean, I'm glad that that there are people who now can video record things, and as long as you get the whole entire truth of the video recording, not just little tiny snippets to make certain people look bad.
Right.
Or being abused by some form of media. Don't take things out of context, show the whole thing of how it got there, so that way you can form an actual opinion that had all the facts. And it's just, I'm getting tired of seeing all these people being abused because there are people who take power and they abuse it. And it's not usually intended to be that way originally, it just happens over time.
It becomes cynical and fucking beaten down.
Yeah, and they're like, well, I couldn't save this person today, so I'll just take it out on this guy who's doing something wrong today.
It doesn't. I mean, I'm not. It's hard. I'm not trying to take sides here, but
no.
When cops are actually trying to do their job, and someone, like you said, fucking edits a video making it seem like the cops fucked up.
Yeah, and it's still a small majority is destroying it for the rest of the police force.
Yeah.
Because across America, there's probably a few 100,000 police officers at a minimum, and only maybe 100 of those are being dicks. But because it gets media coverage, it gets played over and over again, everyone thinks that it's all police, but it's not.
Yes. That's really fucked up.
Yeah. Because not everyone's like that. It's only the small majority who are assholes. But those are the ones that get most media attention. And then eventually, people are going to get tired of it, the people themselves, the public.
Yeah.
And then someone's just going to be like, well, fine, I'm just going to take out the first police officer I see, because they're all corrupt. And it's going to spiral from there, and it's going to turn to shit. And I don't want to see that.
Nobody wants to see that.
Because everyone becomes, cop hunters, because they're all corrupt and all fucked up. But no, that's not true. Majority are good people. But yeah, anyways, that was a nice rant right there.
I'll say.
So, the best thing I made for food this week?
What's that?
I made my own breakfast pizza.
Breakfast pizza, you
Breakfast
say?
pizza. I will tell you, it was delicious as fuck. So I just went to the Dollar Tree and bought one of those thin crust, pizza crusts. You get 2 in a package.
Yes.
I just took that, threw some olive oil, a little light coverage over it, and then I went to a store and I bought the package, the powdered package, for country style gravy. The white gravy.
Oh, gotcha.
So I made up 2 packets of that. I used that instead of marinara sauce. It was so good. And then just regular Colby Jack cheese over the top. Not a strong cheese because it's breakfast stuff. And then I cooked just a crap ton of scrambled eggs with slight seasoning of like salt, pepper, or garlic salt, whatever you like. And then I used just a big thing of pound sausage. It just comes like a tube, we just squeeze out yourself and you chop it up and fork it if you want. So I used that. And I just, it was crust, country style sausage, cheese, and then the breakfast sausage and eggs, and it was great. And then I also picked up, they sell it in the spice section, maple bacon powder flavor. It's awesome.
Interesting.
Awesome stuff. So you can use that for half the pizza if you like maple bacon in the morning. And it just tasted so good. And then whatever gravy we had left over from, not putting on the pizza.
Right.
We bought some biscuits.
And gravy.
That's right.
Exactly.
That was the next breakfast. It was just best thing ever.
Oh, to go back to the police. As in 2008, state and local law enforcement agencies employed more than 1.1 million people on a full-time basis.
Yep.
That's just what the internet has told me at this time.
Yeah. Like I said, most people are doing an awesome job.
It's probably, maybe 100,000 or so fucking up.
Yeah. But that happens when you have some sort of power, people do tend to abuse it. It's not right away. Everyone starts with good intentions.
The road to hell was paved in good intentions, and absolute power corrupts absolutely.
More or less, it does. Yeah. Not true for every situation, because there are some people who don't. But, yeah, more or less it does. That's why there's usually checks and balances in our government for the most part.
Yes.
To stop that kind of tyranny. That's why we're a democracy, not a dictatorship. And if Hitler was a kid, would you call him a dictator, Todd?
Wouldn't call him anything yet. But yes, that was pretty cute.
Yeah. He's a dick. Tater Todd. Yeah. He's a tot who's a dick and plays with potatoes. Probably throws them at other children. Not the cooked ones, just raw. So they hurt.
Of course.
And they're frozen. He's an asshole.
Ouch.
Yeah.
It's Hitler. Of course he's an asshole.
Yeah. But he's really good with speeches. Sorry. Just
Yeah.
random thing. Sorry. I'm gonna go away from that.
Yeah, but
Costco is like in every city, at least in California.
We don't know if you have a Costco where you live.
The Costco where we live sells, frozen yogurt.
Okay.
They sell, vanilla and chocolate. Well, for the past few months, they got rid of chocolate, saying we're temporarily out of chocolate.
How the fuck can you be temporarily out of chocolate? Chocolate and vanilla are the best fucking sellers.
But guess what? It
What?
was a lie. They switched out the chocolate for acai berry. So now you have the option of buying straight vanilla for like $1.40 or vanilla acai swirl for $3.
Fuck that.
They also sell for $4 an acai berry like parfait bowl. It's got like just the straight acai berry yogurt in the middle, and on the left side blueberries, right side shredded strawberries, and on the other side, dried banana with granola.
Huh.
So it's pretty good, but it's still kind of expensive for what it is. Because they're hopping on, because chocolate wasn't a big seller, and now they're hopping on the,
fucking chocolate. Chocolate's always a big seller.
No, because they would have gotten rid of vanilla if that was true.
No, what the fuck ever. They got rid of chocolate because chocolate is fattening, and
I just don't really care for chocolate that much. I'm more of a vanilla guy. I like chocolate, but not on like ice cream or yogurt. I like it as like an individual thing by itself. That it's cool. Chocolate bar, chocolate syrup. That stuff's good.
Chocolate bar? Dark chocolate with almond.
So yeah, dark chocolate's good. I like it, but not purely by itself. Otherwise, it's just too bitter. Like a half and half ratio. It's great.
I like pure dark chocolate. I don't like it's the bitter sweet chocolate.
Sounds like you have a dick in your mouth.
I do not have a dick in my mouth. I have a piece of 54% cocoa dark chocolate with almonds.
Realistically, he's just under the table sucking me off. It's okay though. We're not making eye contact.
Oh, that's what I wanted to say tonight. Next time.
It's okay as long as we don't make eye contact. We're not gay.
It's not, as long as you're not making eye contact and your balls don't touch, it's not gay.
Huh. That's what your dad told you. Or was it your brother?
I believe you're the one who said is if your balls don't... No. I think Dane Cook said if your balls don't touch, it's not gay. And my brother's ex-girlfriend's boyfriend, now husband, said if there's no eye contact, it's not gay.
Yep. And that's the beauty of glory holes. You don't know who the fuck is on the other side. Although those are so unrealistic. There's no place where there's really just a glory hole in a random public bathroom and there's just the one person just waiting to suck off like 15 dicks in a row.
Or be sucked off.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't stick my dick through a random hole and be like, I hope someone sucks it and not just cuts it off or fucking kicks it with a shoe. Unless you're into that.
I am not.
People hold, that category called ball busting. I could not ever stand that. Yeah, kick me in my dick with your, stiletto heels.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not my thing. Not my thing.
Because what? There's a pressure point, right there around the balls that will actually kill you.
Yep. Okay, now you need to stop talking because it really sounds like there's a dick in your mouth.
No, it sounds like I have dip in my mouth now.
So that's what you want to
or
call
snus.
it now? So, yeah. So today's podcast is going to be a little shorter. We're a little shorter on time than usual because I had George help me do some creative construction to try and build the swamp cooler.
That's what I do.
Yep. Thanks again for that.
Because I do what I do and I do what I do.
Yeah, I would say so. You do a lot of that. And odd enough, you did it with your clothes on this time.
It's optional.
Okay, gotcha. I will totally owe you later, though. So yeah. I think this is going to be it for today. I've ran out of things to say. Unless my beautiful co-host here has something.
Not at the moment.
Oh, yes. Anytime you masturbate, please wash your hands afterwards. If it's not immediately, at least the next few minutes. Because you're going to meet family, you're going to meet friends, you're going to be touching doorknobs, chairs, and they're just going to have either a vag or a dick on them, and they're not even going to know.
Or at least do it in the shower.
Yeah, that's fun. Because you have all that lube, soap. And it'll also smell awesome, too. If you use, the scented stuff, Suave, like the apple flavor or whatever. Yeah.
I just use Suave's men body wash and shampoo.
Awesome.
It's on the same bottle.
Cool. Just remember, always wash. That's it for Ramble On for this week. Have a great night. This is Brandon Mace.
And George Steersman signing off.
Yeah, cut me off.
You're just mad because I said it first, bitch.
That's true. Night, everybody.